I joined CBE in the fall of 2018 as my daughter was entering kindergarten. And we had been around for about a year, trolling events, attending Tot Shabbat, meeting all the fabulous people at CBE. And after shul shopping, I realized really this is the place for me and this is the place for my family. And the very first day of kindergarten, of Hebrew school, they had a little group intro kind of community court thing in the lobby, and you can go to the different tables and become part of different organizations and learn about everything going on at CBE, which is a ton, by the way. And I happened to go by the choir table and met Judy Kramer. And she was like, "Hey, do you like singing?" And I said, "Yeah," sort of trepidatiously. And the funny thing is that I love singing. I've been a professional singer and actor since I was a kid. And so to say that I like singing was sort of an understatement. And she said, "Well, you could become part of the choir." And I was like, no, it's really nice to meet you. I don't have time. I don't have time to do anything. I have a child. I run a business. I'm on the road like all the time. There's no way I can commit to anything. Thanks. Really nice to meet you. And I started to walk away. And I paused and I turned around and said, "But you know what? If you ever need a sub, I read music really well. I can absolutely sit in and sing any of the women's parts whenever you need. So let me know if you need some extra support and a substitute at any time." And when you know it, like, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks later, I get an email from Judy that says, "Oh, we need a soprano sub for our Interfaith Thanksgiving concert. Can you sit in?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." So on my way to Logan for a business trip, I stopped by CBE, I picked up the big packet of music and went away on my business trip. I knew I had an evening to review the music and come to rehearsal the next day. And again, like reading music is something I'm really good at. And I'm like, this is fine. So I take out all the music on the airplane and I'm looking through it and I'm like, wait a minute, this is 14 songs, 12 of which are in Hebrew. I may need a little more help than just reviewing this on the airplane. So I get to my hotel in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and I call down to the front desk and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys happen to have a piano?" And the person I spoke to at the front desk said, "We do." And I said, "Wonderful. Could you tell me where said piano is?" And she was like, "I can, but we don't let anybody use the piano." And I'm like, "Okay, well, if I just wanted to go look at the piano that I can't use, can you tell me where it is?" And she said, "Oh, sure, it's on the conference side of the hotel. It's by, ballroom D. Go ahead. You can check it out." So sure enough, I take all my music, I go down to ballroom D, and there is this gorgeous forbidden piano, which I was certain would be locked because that's what typically people do with forbidden pianos. So I go over to this gorgeous piano, which is like one of those extra long grand pianos, by the way, and it's not locked and no one's around because it's after office hours, so nobody's on the conference side of the hotel. So for the next 2 hours, I just sat there, played through my music, got a little comfortable with it to attend the rehearsal the next day once I flew back, and then was able to participate in the Thanksgiving service. And what I realized from that, other than I really like to break rules, is that sitting there focusing on the music was 2 of the most relaxing hours I had spent in a long time. So wouldn't you know it, cut to like a couple months later, I'm actually officially in the choir. I now schedule did prior to the pandemic, scheduled my business trips around my rehearsals as much as I could. And the time that I've spent sitting in the sanctuary, singing and rehearsing, the people that I've met in the choir are so wonderful. And I've been connected to so many people who have such a heavy legacy within CBE. So that was really cool as well. And it really made me feel like I am part of this organization. So my advice to you is to join anything, be a part of anything, be a little bit involved in something that you love, something that you like to do, and the gifts that you'll receive in return are wonderful. And you cannot qualify them in any other way other to say they are truly gifts and a wonderful experience. And that's why I'm going to hang out at CBE.